Well, good morning people, how are you all doing? Bit of a dodgy start so far. The gears are playing up. I think I've got it. Right, what am I doing today? Doing the Scarborough Gravel 50. 50 kilometres gravel. Well, it'll be just over 60 kilometres. Between 5 and 7k from where I live, depending which route I go to the start of it. And it's up through Broxer and all that lot. It's first time of me riding outside doing, well, in it, riding outside in clips or clipless or whatever you call them. Those road clips, SL or something they're called. I've got to remember to take my feet out. Anyway, I'll turn you off because just road work till I get to the start of it. Right. I'm gonna call it a day. I don't know how far I've done. Bugger all. Just heading up towards Range Green. Not because I'm knackered. Not because I think it's a shit route. Because I haven't really started it yet. The reason being, going up this hill. Come up that. And I'm using them muggers. But it's not upside down, it's just turned the wrong way. With these shoes. Now I have put some bar tape, super glued it on there to try and stop them slipping. Helps a little bit. But I've nearly killed myself like 4 times now. Because even though I've got on a loosest setting, I still can't get my feet out. And like I say, it's the first time I've used these outside. Use them on trainer, fine. I'm a kick a core, swift click thing. Fine, but that's because I'm upright and I don't have to, you know. It's easy. Anyway, coming up here. And I knocked it up a gear so I could power up, but my foot wasn't in quite right, so it came out, slipped. Yeah, anyway, so my foot slipped off pedal, went to go put it down. I was leaning it wrong way. This foot was still clipped in. Managed to just get it out, but I went straight over on my ankle. Look, my ankle's all swollen to foot there. Really hurts. And I went down and smashed my knee. That hurts like hell. Sorry about the blood. Fucking hell. Yeah. So I could potentially ride it off. You know, I've been laid here just because my knee went down with suction impact and my ankle went over. Just, you know, that really deep, horrible, sick feeling. So I've just been laid down and sipping my electrolytes and yeah, waiting for that sickness feeling to go. And I've been on an hour and saying, well, you know, I can still do this ride. You know, I got up at 4:30 so I could get ready and get out, and I want to continue, but I can't do it in these shoes. They're too dangerous for me. So I'm gonna call it. Yeah, right back home. 6 or 7 miles back home, something like that. It's an easy ride, don't have to go through town. If I nearly brought my other pedals, my flat pedals, and a pair of flat shoes, but my bag's pretty full as it is. Yeah, I wish I had done. If I'd have done that, I'd have swapped pedals out and carried on. Because although my ankle and my knee hurts, on flats, I wouldn't have been putting it under all that strain and pressure and stuff. And I can put my feet down easier. I have got some SPD cleats coming. Pedals, I mean, and a couple of sets of cleats. And I'll be able to use those because the pedals I've got are reversed. I've got flat pedals on one side and clips on the other. And my favourite cycling footwear are my Shimano boots. Yeah, they're like rugged hiking boots, and they're fantastic then. So I'll be able to clip in or use flat. Yeah, that knee's smarting. Yeah. Gonna chill here for a bit, and yeah, enjoy the ride home. Right, yeah, back home. Just turn that off. Right, stop my Garmin, and for some reason that says I've only done like 7 kilometres. Don't know what's going on there. Might be something to do with routing and the fact that I turned back and came back a different way, I don't know. But on my watch that says I've done 31 kilometres. So I think I'll go by my watch, because it's definitely more than 7k. I might have it in my Garmin when I went down, I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, my knee's a little bit on the swollen side, but hey ho. Yeah, 30 kilometres. This ride was supposed to be 60, so I might have it by going up to Wrench Green and coming back. So anyway, yeah, my knee's killing me, my ankle's killing me. Leaving it there. Thanks for watching. Till next time, ride safe, be strong, and I'll catch you all later. Bye for now.